Pillars of Eternity continues.
As you wish.
A lower level of the ruins has been blocked off by fallen rubble. Definitely enjoying these graphics. Super reminiscent of the old BioWare games. I like just opening the map. It doesn't get any more nostalgic than that. Or does it? Okay, let's go up these stairs. The other fun thing about this for me is I'm very accustomed to the Dungeons & Dragons world, especially the world of Toril, Faerun, and the Forgotten Realms campaign setting. So all this new lore is going to be... it's going to be exciting.
We have to be careful in here. Place has been open to the wilds for a couple thousand years. Might be a lot of vermin taking shelter here. 4-legged if we're lucky. 2 if not.
What happened out there?
Calisca shakes her head. Windstorm of a kind. They only get near Glanfath. Not too many people live through them, so it's hard to know what's true. The Glanfathan word is Biwak. To them, it's the god's way of reaping the souls of the land that couldn't find their own way out. But they'll take a living soul as soon as a dead one. Still got yours.
We look for another way out. Storm has to die sometime.
Who attacked us?
Glanfathans. Those would be the hut doors Odema warned you about. Look to be the fangs of Galoan, who are the twitchiest of the lot. They go ruin to ruin, looking for fights with colonists. Poor Odema. I think he half expected this, once we lost the main road.
The Glanfathan said we trespass in the ruins.
I don't believe that. Odema would never allow it. But as much as the fangs are hotheads, Glanfathans don't attack without being provoked. Either they saw something and got the wrong idea, or... She glances down the passage beyond. Or there's looters in here with us. It's not something we need right now.
What about everyone else in our caravan?
Calisca's lips press together, and her chin rumples. Her voice is faint. The wheels got hold of them now.
The wheel of time,
She looks up. Gods grant them better luck in their next lives.
You don't seem too upset about all this.
Calisca looks you in the eye, a volatile current running beneath her voice. Maybe you just don't know me enough to know what upset looks like. And maybe I've seen worse, too. Seen worse and kept walking because there's nothing else to be done. And because there's other people you care about who will still need you.
Let's get going.
Let's see. Let's check our options here. Auto pause. I'm good on that. Show news. Developer commentary. No, I don't think we'll turn that on. I don't think we want to auto-level companions. I want to take a look at doing that myself. Gonna show all the details.
Someone else has been here. We should move.
Now we should check this shit out.
A mace, some camping supplies. In amongst these supplies are bedrolls, blankets, rations, and other amenities, intended to keep hardy explorers from succumbing to the elements. A hammer and chisel. A simple iron hammer and chisel, useful for chipping away at hard surfaces, particularly ones that display structural weakness. You've discovered some camping supplies. You can use these to rest in the wilderness or dungeons, fully restoring all of your character's abilities and health. Easy difficulty allows you to carry more camping supplies, but hard restricts them severely. If you fully run out of camping supplies, try to find an inn. Most have cheap rooms available. Small shield and a torch. So we got some kind of crystallization happening here in the cracks of this cavern. She's wearing scale. Damage resistance of 7. Guess that's an average. 9 versus slashing and freezing. 5 versus piercing. It's made of overlapping small plates of metal or horn sewn to a leather backing. Offers the balance of protection and speed.
Look, could really use a beer.
Save that for getting out of this cave. I'm gonna need a nice cold one.
Well?
We're good on health. We're not gonna rest yet.
A blade in the dark.
Got our scouting / stealth mode going here. Whoa. Looks like a little kobold named Zorip. A trembling, sickly creature emerges from the dark, clutching a spear. Knobby elbows and thin ribs show through its scaly flesh, but you recognize it as a Zorip. Okay, never mind. It's a Zorip, not a kobold. It watches you cautiously, breathing in ragged sighs.
I'll tear you to pieces, lizard!
The Zorip's eyes narrow as it hisses at you. It lunges, raising its spear. No niceties in this playthrough, folks. Just callous malice.
Die, you little shithead! I'm not gonna fuck you up! Get some! No mercy! No prisoners!
I don't think either one of us are the rogue type, so I'm not sure how well stealthing around is, but it did seem to at least give me the initiative on seeing what was in the room. Whoa. An Ingwithian relief gem. And a tattered journal. We have our log down here, which is going to show us all the goody-goodies. From time to time, I'll probably open it, especially during the bigger fights, so we can kind of see how the fight laid out. Crits. Type of damage we're doing.
Well, of course.
The blood don't feel so good. Gotta take a big dump somewhere.
The small folio is torn in several places, and blood is soaked into several of the sheets. One later entry is still legible, however.
I can't believe my luck. A few rounds of dice, and I've got my hands on a genuine Egwethan artifact. Fellow who had it said it was a petty nothing, as far as he's concerned. He's not willing to go dig it in some ruins. But if he's right about this gem leading to a hidden treasure, and that's why I'm sneaking past a few painted elves, I'll head to Cilant Lis in the morning. Then it's just a matter of finding this relief he was talking about.
Where is the bright blue gem that I picked up?
Wait. Do you hear that?
No? That might have been my pig.
Yes.
Open sets, AI scripting, oh, fun times there. Did this chick pocket it or something and I can't see it in her inventory? I mean, I don't really trust this hoe. But there was definitely a bright blue gem.
As you wish. What is it?
Whoa! It's a skulder whelp! Attack! Oh, 24 damage. That thing is toasted. The party has gained 20 experience. A crack runs along this wall from floor to ceiling. Light gusts of air passes through it. We could use your hammer and chisel. You set to work. The cracks lengthen and widen with your efforts, but the process is more taxing than you'd expected. Sweat beads your forehead and your muscles begin to ache. Keep going, I'm strong. I mean, what I don't get is it looks like a gym could go right there. I'm kind of confused what's going on here.
As you wish.
That gem must be in my stash. My stash-a-lash. There it is. This brilliant blue gem has been sculpted to look like an eye. Okay, well. A full water skin. What is this? Quest items. Water skin is a quest item. Alright, well maybe the gem doesn't go there. After several long moments, you begin to see light on the other side. With one final tap, several blocks of stone shift, then tumble loose, clearing a gap just wide enough to pass through. You have lost your hammer and chisel. And caused a cave-in. Run!
Western Reach is a dangerous place full of lurking enemies and carefully concealed secrets. Enable scouting mode to move stealthily and search for hidden objects like traps and secret doors.
A blade in the dark.
I don't know if Lug-Lug's going to be the best at finding traps.
Kill them all!
He found me! Knocked down in second wind.
What is it?
All we have in the beginning. You have to at least have line of sight of the containers and things to pick up, or it does not matter.
Fresh air in here. I think we found an exit. Sounds like the storm path, too.
A blade in the dark. Kill them all!
Dead spiders with black ichor exploding all over the ground.
Stay quiet.
That's right, stay quiet, Lug-Lug. Hello. Looks like I found a way around these crazy runes. Let's just try walking on them. Whoa, ouch. When a party member is reduced to 0 endurance, they are knocked out. Yep, those are deadly runes. Very deadly. Although there probably is a certain one that you can step on. But you gotta figure that out.
Yes. Of
I
course.
think we took a shortcut. And I'm betting that's the exit since we're smelling nice fresh air. So let's go back around this way. We don't want to miss anything.
Those tiles look suspicious. Let's be careful.
Lug-Lug's biography.
Combatability of any kind is a skill in high demand in the world where much of the wilderness is untamed and many borders are contested. Battle is your trade, and you have thus been far fortunate enough to survive the perils. You hail from the living lands where you are sword for hire. Your work as a mercenary earned you a dark reputation as various foul deeds were laid at your feet. Regardless of the truth behind them, you decided to make a fresh start somewhere else, where your name and face would go unrecognized. Gilded Vale is merely a gateway for you for a new life, in which to build your fortune. You expect that you may not stay there for a long term. You fell ill traveling with a caravan bound for the Gilded Vale. The caravan master sent you off with one of his guides, Calisca, in search of a remedy. While out searching for the remedy, you're ambushed and return to your camp to find it slaughtered at the hands of angry locals. You dealt with him only to be nearly killed by a wind that threatened to shear your soul from your body. You escaped with Calisca into an ancient ruin. Here we are now. Got our Bestiary. Cool, and nice little sketches, and we need to go over all the Bestiary stuff as well. We'll need to do catch up, and then read about every new monster as we encounter them. But for now, let's continue exploring this dark place.
Shh.
Yep. I sense danger.
Those symbols. Just like the tiles.
Right. The symbol of a patterned circle is inscribed on this pillar. An unlit brazier sits at its base. It could be lit if you had the means. Flames kindle swiftly in the brazier, winding their way upwards. I think we should light them all, no? You have found the wooden sword. Doesn't look like you can unlight them.
Keeping an eye out.
Lesser black ooze. Probably doesn't help that we have a torch lit and we're trying to sneak.
What you need?
I don't know. Can you sneak up on ooze at all? How's your ooze sneaking ability?
Kill them all!
I say we just go for it. Whoa! Spitting on me.
Stay quiet. Where'd that slime come from?
Viscous and oily, this muck clings to anything it touches. What the muck? Wow! A viscous slick of something dark and tall light runs down this wall. The shapes and bulges in the ooze suggest that something lies beneath it, but you can't tell what. You use the water skin to clear off the oozacle. You rinse the ooze away, revealing an intricate relief of a man's face. The sunburst surrounding it's chipped away in places, but the details of its head, from the tight curls of hair to the ridges of his pointed ears, still showcase remarkable craftsmanship. One eye socket is empty. A gem fills the other. We will place the gem in the other eye socket. The chamber begins to rumble, stray rocks dancing across the tiled floor. Finally, a large section of the wall gives way. Holy shit.
This guy had a poleaxe. This versatile poleaxe is a powerful and flexible weapon that can deal devastating blows, even against a fully armored opponent. Its straight-bladed axe head is opposed by a hammer, allowing the wielder to switch between different damage types as circumstances require. That's nice. Minor Cloak of Protection. Amethyst and Adra. +5 to our fortitude, reflex, and will. Capes and cloaks can be worn for protection from the elements and from prying eyes alike. Many are woven with spells to provide additional defense or abilities. Well, Lisa does something my cloak does not.
I'll be using that, thank you.
Trying to hide that in the stash. Let's see what's up. We also found some amethyst. It can be found in varieties of shades, but those of the darkest purple are considered to be the most valuable. Discovery of new sources has become commonplace in the past few hundred years, and amethyst no longer fetches the same value it once did. Worth 10 copper. Adra, an organic material, crystalline in structure but shell-like in substance. Adra can be found growing up in the ground and veins of many parts of Yora. Easy to carve and manipulate. It is a favorite of jewelers as a semi-precious stone, and it's often cut more intricately and beautifully than other gems. I think we found the secret stash that homie was looking for. And that looks like that's all that's there. Okay. Looks like some of these runes made us a pathway. Let's see if she follows me correctly. No. Watch out, pig!
Well?
I don't see a way to disarm it, and I'm not sure she could disarm it. Yeah, her mechanics kind of sucks.
What is it?
No mechanic skills here. So multiple ways.
Yes.
That's always fun to see.
They won't see me coming. No prisoners!
Famished spear spider. Lug with a whiff! And another. Lug's getting hurt over here.
Well?
Yeah, let's try that.
What is it? What is it? As you wish.
That was a big spider. Bats as large as chickens are strung in this web. It's a bit disconcerting. Helmets come in many forms. Yes, we know what helmets are. We'll take it. Some jasper and a gate. Well, shall we step out into the daylight?
Well?
Huh?
You must gather your party before venturing forth. Wait, what? All attacks are resisted by one of 4 defenses. Deflection, fortitude, reflex, or wit... Ah. Well, that's some beautiful looking grass and texture. Holy moly. Whoa. The dude out here practicing karate.
Stay quiet.
Four figures stand before an otherworldly apparatus, an ancient structure of chiseled adra and metallic veins, ominous and looming like a silent observer. Standing motionless in their midst is what appears to be a human body, colorless as stone or ash. The other figures gaze upon it in what might be contemplation. From your vantage point, you are well obscured from their view. The figures closest to the machine stands out amongst them. A thick gray beard frames a face otherwise hidden beneath a metallic mask. This him right here. His faded robes are embroidered with runic language unlike anything you have ever seen, and he wears a strange black headdress with 2 protrusions that jut out like wings of some malevolent creature.
Oathbinder, bear witness, and see this man has kept his word true to his last breath, full to his blood's last drop. Guide his soul, queen that was, and regard it among your favored. Let his life by the key be his confession. Let his death by the key be his absolution. May he walk the world ever free of the crushing weight of the book.
That's a heavy book.
Your brother has done his part, and you have seen the power of his contribution. I will accept no further hesitation from the rest of you. In the sight of the queen that was, will you fulfill the oath? Will you take your place beside your brother in the endless esteem of her memory that is without flaw? Step forth and be assured of the great worth of your life's course.
That doesn't sound good for these guys. For an instant, the apparatus goes quiet and the air is still. Then all at once it erupts with a concussive surge. Light floods your vision and you are knocked to the ground. Your head snaps back as you land and pain wells into the back of your skull, washing your last thoughts away into the black unconscious void. You open your eyes to a different place, another time. You stand in a circular room, grand and domed, its walls lined with adra and trimmed with copper. The style is ancient, but the chamber is unweathered. At the far end of a great pillar of adra pierces the floor from below, its shimmering texture giving the illusion of boundless depth. Encircling the pillar is an apparatus much like the one you've just seen, but immense and multifaceted and intertwined. Your thoughts are yours and not yours, and they seem to exist before you think them. And they are all questions. Pressing questions, troubling questions, questions that must be answered, or... At the base of the pillar now, you see a man with a thick grey beard and ceremonial robe, crowned with a strange ornamental headdress. You know this man. You are walking toward him now, at a pace that is hurried while trying not to appear so. You have something you want to ask him, one question above all, and the question spins madly in your mind. Boobadoo? Tavor notification, the only kind I allow. You awaken to find your malaise is broken, only to be replaced with something far more concerning. Faint whispers are audible at the edge of your hearing, like a ringing in your ears that does not subside. Movement flits through your periphery, and when you turn to look, you can see no sign of whatever it was. You find your gaze regularly darting this way and that, an involuntary paranoid tick. If this is a sickness, it may be dangerous to go without treatment for long. Lug-Lug's going a little loon-loon! The figures at the machine now stand frozen in place, flesh and blood replaced by cinders and ash. The man who led them is nowhere to be seen. One of your characters has become fatigued. Fatigue represents the physical and psychological wear and tear of demanding activity on a character. It's most commonly received as an injury when the character is knocked out, but some scripted interactions will also result in fatigue if they are especially grueling. So grueling. You find Calisca laying prostrate on her prostate, a short distance away. Blood pooled beneath her head, no breath escapes her lips. You are alone and far from help. Gilded Veil may be your best hope of receiving treatment before things get worse. Oh shit, she's dead? Your character has enough experience to advance a level. Fantastic. Damn. Old girl got destroyed and then I had to strip her naked. Alright, Lug-Lug. It's as far as you go. This is rated PG-13. No necrophilia in my Let's Play.
Okay. For now.
Whoa. Lug-Lug is tripping.
Yes?
Yes. Well, I'm going to get other characters, so I think I'm going to stick to what I'm good at. We could pump it all in athletics. I feel like survival is good though. Damage reduction, received heal multiplier, bonus movement, accuracy. Okay, all kinds of skills. Holy shit. I'm gonna have to take some time and think about that. do a little bit of research on what all these are. So let's hang on. Let's hold off on that.
As you wish.
I don't think it's that dire that I level right now. Some person being burned at the stake. These guys are just poofing to dust.
Look like stealing their body.
I can't talk to this chick. Well, things do light up a little bit, even if they're not necessarily in your line of sight. The massive structure is formed of stone, adra, and copper, and covered in strange glyphs. The air around it vibrates with an unusual energy. And all kinds of herbs. Love the detail work they did on this. Very good job so far. Let's go check out our bestiary and catch up. The lesser black ooze. An ooze is a mobile carnivorous mold that develops in dark, dank places that experience little to no regular traffic. Oozes feed off of ambient bacteria, fungi, and small insects as they grow. They begin to seek larger prey, including humans, once they reach the size of a dog. Like all living creatures, they have a measure of soul essence, but their lack of intelligence and true nervous system makes them mindlessly aggressive and difficult to deter. Their viscosity and mobility enable them to perform surprisingly nimble attacks, and they are capable of spitting corrosive enzymes to break down flesh and armor. Some of the more dangerous variants of the species are disease vectors, making any confrontation with them especially perilous. We don't know much about the ooze yet. They have some damage reduction to freeze, it looks like. Scullers are large mammalian creatures that dwell in caves in total or near total darkness. As a result, they have poor vision and rely on their senses of hearing to navigate and find prey. The protrusions and hairs on their ears allow them to detect airflow, which is key to telling direction in an underground environment. They communicate through screeches and clicks and use these vocalizations in a form of echolocation, like bats. They are communal creatures and will nest and raise young together. They even kind of look like fledgling vampires. Spiders, enormous and hostile spiders, come in terrifying array of shapes, colors, and sizes throughout the eastern reach. Much more aggressive than their tiny kin, these giants actively seek out human and animal prey. Even the weakest of them, the spear spider, can easily kill a grown kith if the victim is unprepared. Though the spear spider lacks a poisonous bite, its piercing legs, from which its name is derived, can inflict terrible wounds, even through armor. More deadly than spear spiders are ivory spinners and widowmakers, with both species possessing horrific poisonous bites. The ivory spinner also has the ability to fire webbing at its prey, slowing it down. Widowmakers do not cast webs, but their poison is extraordinarily toxic. Seldom seen outside of most remote locations in Irglanfath, the fabled crystal eaters are enormous and powerful, possessing magical abilities some wizards believe have been developed through the consumption of Adra and enchanted gemstones. In addition to their ability to raise a field of deadly crystal spikes, the venom of Crystal Eater will temporarily turn a victim's flesh and blood to stone. Subsequent attacks by the Crystal Eater on a petrified foe are quickly fatal. Kind of gives you a breakdown between these even. Due to Spear Spider's speed and unique method of attack, very brave or very foolish swordsmen and women, particularly members of the Fangs, have traditionally fought them for sparring practice. Today this tradition is hardly followed by any but the most rustic and rugged warriors in training. The Spear Spider is also known to be one of the boldest arachnid hunters, as it tends to rely less on its webs and more on its barbed legs to capture prey. As a result, the species ventures further from its nest than most other spiders. Where there are deer, wolves will soon follow. This Adirian proverb, often spoken with the first phrase omitted, suggests the vulnerability that early settlers often felt in the Eastern Reach. It also speaks to the long association that the Adirians, literally people of the deer, have had with the four-legged predators that are ubiquitous in the Deerwood, as they are in the Adirian Empire. Wolves are legendary for their speed as well as their ability to knock their prey prone, subsequently subjecting them to devastating attacks and eating their face off. Zolrips are reptilian humanoids, kobold, about the size of Orlands. They adorn themselves with bones of fallen enemies, mostly Zolrips from rival tribes. They also have an affinity for large feathers, which they hang and pin to their attire. Zolrip skin tones can vary from light green to a rustic brown. Their elongated snouts, which make speech impossible, and overly aggressive behavior have hindered them from communicating with the more civilized races of the world. They live in secluded tribal territories and are known for ruthlessly attacking anyone foolish enough to cross their paths. Zolrips revere dragons as deities and build their communities around the layers of these powerful creatures. It is not uncommon for a small tribe to wander nomadically until it has found a drake or dragon to worship. Once a tribe dedicates itself to a dragon, they will defend it at all cost. Elaborate rituals in which the dragon consumes Zolrips sacrifices are a normal practice. As a dragon grows in age and size, these sacrifices become large religious events that cost the lives of hundreds of Zolrips. The power and prestige of a Zolrip tribe directly correlates with the age of its dragon. The most powerful tribes have existed for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Warriors and shamans of these large tribes typically paint their bodies to resemble their draconic gods. That is a mix of a kobold and lizard man, and even has a little feeling of the Warhammer lizard man because they wear bright feathers and are very tribal. Alright, so we're caught up on our bestiary. We don't want to do too much reading in one video, so let's keep shit moving. You must bother your party before venturing forth. Where do I go from here? I don't know. Valewood? Looks like that's my only choice. It'll take 6 hours.
The longer we walk, the more lightly you'll have to sleep.
Leather armor and some more camping supplies. Come on, Astral Pig. What the hell? It's a straight up ghost walking around. We got lots of herbs. Oh yeah. Gonna be some crafting in this game and some alchemy. Oh yeah, look at Lug Lug. Covering that bald head. That's cool, you can change your colors at any time too. I kinda like that. That's a brighter red. Trying to go with that Roman centurion look. Okay, AI behavior. Little butterfly. Hello. It's an outlaw. I'm frenzied. I feel no pain. Taste my blade.
Enemies will find us dead on our feet.
I don't know if there's a weight. Is there a weight limit in this? Like encumbrance? I think you can just hold massive amounts of stuff. Oh yeah, my beer! +1 damage reduction for 300 seconds. My cool cloak there. My first magical item I found, I guess. Guan's Pledge. I'm still not entirely sure what this does. Maybe helps me camp or rest.
Of course.
Alright folks, stay tuned for more Pillars of Eternity soon to come.